Alright, so I'm going to cope with the Spurs losing tonight with doing some best ball drafts at midnight. So let's get in some drafts. Hopefully we can draft some good teams and forget about the Spurs losing tonight. Confirm. Yes, this is my first stream doing best ball. I figured I've put a lot of money into this, so I figured I might as well just stream it. So if I lose all my best ball drafts, at least somebody watch me do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But let me get the chat pulled up here. So as we're waiting here, if you see this tool I have right here, this is actually just the best ball. This is just the Flock Fantasy tool I got. I actually like triple paid for this because some reason it charged me like 3 times for it, which is pretty ridiculous. But we're working on getting that back. So if you look at I'm trying to find my. Let's go to. So you can see in the first round, I've been getting Jamar Chase more than anybody. It's pretty much just because I've landed that 3 spot multiple times, or like many of times actually. But I don't have a lot of Puka, not a lot of Jackson Smith, not a lot of Jonathan Taylor, because I don't get those middle rounds. I'm always getting the beginning or the end. Apparently, I have 16% of Marion Hampton, which I'm pretty high on this year. So Bijan Robinson, I have 16% of. Yeah, I usually get the first 3 picks a lot, which hopefully is gonna be really good this year. Knowing that Jahmyr Gibbs could have the craziest fantasy season of all, and also Bijan Robinson. And I was looking at the analytics, or not the analytics. I was looking at the FanDuel what the projections are, and Jamar Chase's projections is like 1,400 yards, which is tied with Jackson Smith, I think. So we got the 9. This is a spot that I don't like it too much because you're kind of gonna, if Christian McCaffrey falls to you, which I've seen happen to me a lot right there, I think, is you kind of have to decide between him, CD, or Amon, but Amon Ra is usually going before 9 lately, as of lately. This is June 14th, so we'll see in the future how much this ADP changes up. This is the $5. I think it's the Puppy 2. So first place is like 100K or something. I have about, I think, 10 entries into it so far. And this Flock Fantasy tool is actually like life-saving. It shows you basically when you start drafting your team, it'll show you like right here how you should actually draft your team. So based off of like all the data they have from, I think, Best Ball or the Best Ball Mania. So like right now it's saying that, 3 quarterbacks have a higher chance of making the playoffs, but a less chance of semifinals, and you can see the rest. Make sure this live stream's actually going up on my channel. So you guys, you can see the rest. Make sure this live stream's actually going up on my channel. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So yeah, Amon Ra has been moving up in ADP a lot lately. I think here, I don't want to take JT. I don't have a lot of JT though, so I guess I can take him. Damn. He took CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to go Justin Jefferson. I'd probably take Christian McCaffrey in a normal day over Justin Jefferson with this, but this is mostly just because I don't have a lot of Jefferson, and there's a lot of content coming out lately about running backs going early. I think that the ADP is going to switch up. I think we're going to start seeing Drake London go above people like we could see him start going above these couple running backs right here. I think we're gonna see Drake London move up a bit. So it's coming back to me. We have a wide receiver already. Now, as you can see the combos, you can click Jefferson. It's going to show you what percentage of teams pick this. So it showed me that I've already drafted. Oh, never mind, you can't see that. So I think the best available player here, let's see what they think it is. I think it's Marion Hampton. You see I have a lot drafted with him. So I'm going to Marion. So Chase Brown goes, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry can fall sometimes. Let me pull up this. So I think you guys can see this, but oh, this is the wrong draft. I messed that up really bad. Hopefully you guys can see this. That was a completely different draft. God dang, I'm losing my voice. So yeah, there was the other day I took Gibbs and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's been falling a lot lately. So Jefferson Hampton start. I like the start. I hate taking 2 wide receivers off the rip, even though that's my last year I won I 100x'd one of my leagues. I turned $5 into actually it was like 700 I think, in like MMG, one of MMGs. God dang. But I ended up winning like $700 off of actually stacking. I think it was wide receivers. I had Jackson Smith and Puka Nakua on the same team. I might have drafted JT on that one too. I'm not sure. So as it comes back around, we'll look at the rankings. I think tight end. They're saying tight end is the best available here. I would go McBride if you. Okay, never mind. So I'm gonna go Rashee Rice. I like Rashee Rice here. I don't have too much of him. And then I'm going to go. I think has Ibuka moved up? Okay. I'm gonna target Ibuka here. Ibuka is someone that I have 11%, which is higher than most of the rest of mine, but he's someone that I want more of. I don't have enough of him. Don't have enough. I think Ibuka is probably the best ADP pick of all year. He's going. I mean, we're getting him in the 4th round. Is what the wide receiver. See the ranking on it. Not the. I don't know. He's the 40th overall. I don't know what the ADP of the wide receiver is, but I'm gonna go with Ibuka or Burden here. Let's see this. Where she rise. Only 5.6% of teams. T. Higgins was falling. I didn't realize that actually. I'm gonna go with Buka. Hopefully he can make it to this next pick. He's probably gonna take him, but I'll take Luther Burden. Either or, I'm fine with that. But Ibuka is one of those players that I want a lot of this year. And he took Ibuka. I figured he would. So Luther Burden. Yeah, we're gonna take him. I think Adunze is still dealing with a foot injury too lately, so I think Adunze might be falling a little bit. Yeah, he's been falling a bit. Bothered by foot still 10 days ago. I've seen some stuff about his foot. Some people are worried about it. I'm not really, but Luther Burden, I think, has that higher ceiling versus Adunze. Let's look at this. So we go Jefferson, Hampton, Rashee Rice, Luther Burden. I really like this team. I think really what the strategy that I'm going for this year is pretty much what saved me last year. Is you would call it hero RB, but like not really hero RB. It's just uh, trusting Hampton, I guess. That is hero RB, but usually you're thinking of someone like Gibbs, Bijan, Caffrey, not Hampton. I think, let's look at these teams. And also, if you go to this, hold on. Usually it gives you a rating. It's not giving us a rating yet. It might be too early. But if I'm looking at these teams, I don't like one too much. I mean, it's not bad. It's just Gibbs, Bowers. That's kind of ugly. Puka Nuka, Chase, Love, Neighbors, Williams. Team 3 is pretty good. Team 4 is pretty decent. I really like Team 5. Two pretty solid running backs. They're probably going to do better than their ADP. And two wide receivers that could be top 3. Okay. So let's go with, if it comes back to us, we're probably looking at Tootin. I could do the Adunze stack. Our rankings. I think Tootin is a good pick here, I guess. If it falls to me. Or Jadarian Price. I could go DJ Moore. I haven't taken DJ Moore at all. I think he's going way too high. But Tootin is gonna be the pick if he's here. I have no Tootin. I just realized that. That's actually insane. No Bayshal Tootin on any of my teams. Yeah, we're gonna go Bayshal Tootin here. We're gonna pick him about 5 spots behind ADP according to this. And hopefully we have 2 breakout running backs, and we have Luther Burden as a breakout here. That's kind of what we're counting on. Now here, if Lamar Jackson falls, I would take Lamar. I do know that I think he's been sliding in some of these. I think his ADP is great. Nope. See, the thing I don't like here is like Burden and Adunze on the same team. I could try to double count on one of them breaking out. Nope. So let me look at the combos here. Do I need to stack Caleb Williams? No, I don't want to take a running back. I don't want to take a quarterback. I could do this. I could do the stack here with, but I think Jordan Tyson and Brian Thomas are too good to pass up. I just don't want to take Caleb Williams over these guys. How much? Parker Washington. He had a great season last year. I don't know what to do. I'll get Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas or Jordan Tyson. I just say I trust Trevor Lawrence more than Tyler Shook. I really wanted that Caleb Williams stack though. That would have been nice, and I bet you the guy with Loveland's gonna stack it though. Yeah, the Trevor Lawrence stack was gonna work out perfect anyways. So we'll take the Trevor Lawrence stack possibly, or the Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna get one either way. And I guess I am betting on the Jacksonville offense on here too. So this is what we're working with here. We have the grades out now. So it says I have an A minus. It says I have pretty much one of the best ones. Yeah, C. Not really sure how it exactly grades it, to be completely honest, but Pierce. Alex Pierce has been falling big time lately. I don't know. I kind of like the Justin Herbert this year, but I do think he lost. Mike Evans was kind of hurt. They they have Trevor Lawrence ranked pretty low. I actually have a pretty big. No, I only have 11% of them, which isn't like too big. I kind of want the Patrick Mahomes stack too, though. I'm gonna get a quarterback either way. I'm gonna get Patrick Mahomes or Trevor Lawrence, I believe, either way. So I might not. Let's look at this. Metcalf. I'll go Trevor Lawrence because I don't really think, personally, me, I think, Jaden Reed is iffy. He could have a good season. Cortland Sutton is, I think, Jalen Waddle coming in hurts him. This won't do as good as last year. Dak Prescott's one of the players I wanted to take here, but I also want to stack Trevor Lawrence. I think I might have reached on that, but I think with having Tune and Brian Thomas, it only makes sense to get Trevor Lawrence. I could go with Mahomes. I don't like taking two quarterbacks that quick. Quentin Johnson's the clear pick here. I'd love it. I would love it if we could take Quentin Johnson here. There's no way he falls after this pick. He's going to get picked right here. There's just no way. Oh, that's weird. I'd say Patrick Mahomes, Prescott. Quentin Johnson's going to fall to me right here. That's amazing. Super high on Quentin Johnson. Everybody in the whole entire fantasy world is really high on him, so. Okay, we're getting to the end of this draft right here. I guess we're not getting to the end. We're actually. I think this is one of the best wide receivers I've drafted, and honestly, I trust Amari Hampton and Bayshaw Tootin here. Now we're looking at Kenneth Gainwell, which that'd be perfect right here. Honestly, I would love to have Kenneth Gainwell right here. I don't have a lot of him, but he's someone I do trust. And to be completely honest, they don't have Kenneth Gainwell ranked higher than like Corum and Rashad White. I do, because Bucky's already battling injuries, and Kenneth Gainwell could easily be a pass catching back over there. Average like almost 5 yards a carry too. Pretty crazy. We could even stack Kyler if we needed to. This sucks because I don't know if I take Rico or Gainwell here. I'll go Rico. I'll trust what they have to think on here. He kind of went off. He goes off when he gets a chance to every time. Let me mute this real quick because I gotta really just cough. Hopefully that was muted. This is a hard one though. I mean, I could go. I like Kyle Pitts here. He could give me some good spike weeks, I guess. But what tight ends are available? Oh, I took Kenneth Gainwell. Dobbins is gone. Shit. I'm trying to think of what stacks I can get towards the end here. Golf and Laporta maybe. It makes no sense to not take Kyler Murray. I feel like I just want him to like. I hope he like. I could see something stupid happening where like okay, I'm happy he took him. So I'm probably gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Jared Goff. That was weird, but I think I did it because a lot of people don't see this. I think, but they lost one of their really good goal line running backs. I know Gibbs is still like one of the best running backs in the league, but they lost a very good goal line running back like Montgomery, and I think that they might struggle. I think in certain circumstances where they have to throw more. So it's kind of my take on that. I think that Jared Goff can score 300 fantasy points plus this season. He has some good matchups at the end of the year. I think let's look at the construction of this. It's saying to take another quarterback. I think we could be safe with Goff and Trevor Lawrence just for me reaching on Lawrence. I've taken a lot of Tyrone Tracy too. I think Tyrone Tracy is one of my most drafted players, which is really ugly to some people. But the reason I do it is because, like, where you're drafting him at is obviously he's behind George, like these RB2s. But, like, we already have seen proof that he does play, and Scatterby has had injury problems with his head going down every time he runs the ball. I think that it only makes sense to take someone that you could trust actually being a good RB2. Kind of hoping Jordan Mason can fall here. Not gonna lie. I'm not very high on Rashad White. I think there's too many running backs there. Chris Rodriguez, I'm not very high on either. Injury problem. It's kind of ugly, not gonna lie. To pick him right there. I'll take Jordan Mason though with that offense. But I think there's a guy that drafted Kyler Murray is after me, so he could probably. This guy might. I don't think he passes up. Okay. I'm gonna go Jake Ferguson just because he could be. I mean, this is touchdown galore with him sometimes. I kind of not ruined my draft, but I kind of weakened the draft. It started out really good, and I think if we could have landed like Gainwell or something as another running back, it could have been a very, very, very good team. I think let's see what our ranking is right now according to play. It says we have an A, so we're drafting pretty good according to that. I still don't like these running backs. I wish I could take Woody Marks. I'm still pretty high on Woody Marks because the thing is like a lot of people they think that they're like not as good deeper in the draft, but when we've already proven that he can be an RB on the field, and he actually has talent. I mean, if you look at it, he averaged like I don't know, I can't do the math on that, but it was pretty good. He did pretty good on the field. We're about to take Travis Hunter too. I have no Coker. I cannot remember if he was injured last year, but I could go Coker. But they drafted a wide receiver too. I don't know about that. I'm gonna go Travis Hunter. I think it's pretty ridiculous that we're gonna have the stack with him. But I do think it's crazy that how high of a person he was drafted as last year is going this far in the draft. He has the talent. We already know it. I think Pacheco falls sometimes. Uh, I think Pacheco's a good pick. I think he's gonna get used. Gibbs is someone you're gonna run three downs now, but there's gonna be times where Pacheco needs to come in. So I like drafting him too. You can see I've drafted a good amount of him. Are we gonna be able? We're gonna stack Brenton Strange. I think like every Trevor Lawrence I've gotten Brenton Strange. So right now it's telling me the percentage of teams that's drafted these players. So every team that's drafted Justin Jefferson, Lamar Hampton, Rasheed Rice, it's showing me the percentage of what they've drafted right here. So like 13% of teams with these three players up here have drafted Orlando Gadsden. Woody Marks would be a great pick if he fell. I don't think he's going to fall this far, but I don't like only having three receivers playing in week 7 so far. I'll tell you that. Jalen Naylor, it's such a weird. I have no Jalen Naylor actually. I think I'm kind of like I'm not high on him, but I do believe that if he was to have like a 1,000 yard season, 800+ yard season, it wouldn't be the craziest thing because he's kind of like the best receiver on the team. I would probably go. There's like no running backs. I think Pacheco's clearly the best running back. I'm gonna go him for a minute too. I like Tyjae Spears. I do. Do I trust him with a running back rookie coming in? No, I do not. Okay, his bye week is fine. I don't like Tootin and Hampton having the same bye week is kind of stupid. I want to take Jalen Naylor right here. I hope he falls. That Antonio Williams, yeah, it's Antonio, right? He is one of those players. Hold on, real quick. Jalen Naylor, Jawan. I want to take Jawan Johnson here. I feel like I need to take Spears, but I think Jalen Naylor. We'll go another wide receiver here. I think I just messed up the construction of that. I think I wasn't supposed to. I think I was supposed to go 6. But we'll take Jalen Naylor as the last wide receiver of our team. And I think for him literally being like a wide receiver, like one on his team, other than obviously Brock Bowers, picking him at the 160 is not terrible. And then we're going to be down bad on running back. Let's look at our grade. A+ of a draft. That's actually that's the first time I've seen that, actually. This was probably one of my best drafts, I guess. We just got to hope Ferguson can hold it down at tight end. I think our bye weeks are kind of weird. Let's see this. We'll be right here for like. Trying to think if there's another quarterback I can draft that gets a tight end that we can. I can. Geno, no. I could go JJ McCarthy and get sneaky with it. I might go Geno here. I haven't taken any Watson. I don't trust Watson whatsoever. Who's this? Is AJ Barner the? For some reason, I can't remember if he's a starter. I haven't even looked at him yet. Okay. I think Sean Tucker's a sneaky pick here. We need a running back and we need tight ends. I'm gonna go Brian Robinson. I've drafted a lot out of him. And it's only because we've seen him be a pretty good running back already, right? Didn't look at his bye week. Okay. Like a pretty good running back when he needs to come in the game. He can be a good goal line back. And if there's Brian Robinson is going to be used so much, not Brian Robinson, Bijan is going to be used so much that there is a chance he gets hurt. Pretty like it's up there. So if Brian Robinson comes in, they're going to use the hell out of him. So that's why I've been going Brian Robinson a bunch towards this end. I need a quarterback and 2 tight ends. Geno is the pick here. I think it's crazy though because I just talked about him earlier. How I think Geno is a good pick at the end. Like people forget he's a decent quarterback when he has teammates around him. Last year was just crazy. Please don't take Geno. Geno Smith, we're gonna take him. Boom. I think Tesla's would have been a good stack here. But I think with our quarterbacks, the way we drafted it, we needed our third quarterback. As you can see, 16% of teams make the playoffs. It's not showing verse 2, but it's actually pretty low for semifinals. Usually it's around 1 something. But you can see right here, 5 running backs versus drafting 6. It's a pretty big drop off. 7 versus 9 wide receivers, pretty wild. It actually shows more people taking 8, but still more percentage people with 7 wide receivers with this lineup will win. And then 3, this is the biggest one. This is why we need 3 tight ends. I mean, we are in the trenches. I think Pat Freiermuth, oh my gosh, he just got sniped. Let's look at tight ends. Rankings, tight ends. I think Max Clare is a pretty crazy pick if I went that way. I think Terrence Ferguson's obviously the best pick here. He's probably not going to make it. Joku's a good one. I don't think he'll get used like he should, though. This is horrendous, actually. There's Ingram. like Oscar Delp for this year. I think he's literally the starting tight end. No, he's not. Juwan Johnson is stupid. I'm gonna go. I think Jasicki. Oh my! Wait, no, Jasicki's still here, right? We'll go Jasicki, just in case we can get some good stuff out of Joe Burrow. I like Theo Johnson, but the problem is they brought in what's his face. Likely, I think Theo Johnson's actually a good tight end too. So I'm gonna trust what we have here, and I'm gonna do what they did. I'm gonna take him. Max Clare. I think our tight ends are super weak. It's kind of ugly. Oh, I didn't know Jake Tongues was there. Shoot, I would have took him. I didn't think about that. That'd been a better pick, I feel like. Now let's look at. We got an A+ rating. That's the first time I've seen that one. And we have only 0.4% of people. I don't know if it's own this exact team or like own a certain percentage of my team, because that's a pretty wild stat. I feel like 0.4, like for that many people, is still pretty high. So we get. Let's look at. We can look at it right here. We have Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, Geno Smith as our quarterbacks. We have Amari Hampton and Bayshaw Tootin that we're putting all of our trust into, with Rico Dowdle, Pacheco, Brian Robinson. And the thing with like Pacheco and Robinson is that I love about them is if the starter goes down, even Rico Dowdle, these are guys that we've seen already proven that can produce 20+ point games. It's saying this is a great team I just drafted, by the way. But that's kind of why I go with that, because I already risked it with just taking Bayshaw Tootin and Amari Hampton and nothing after. So yeah. And then wide receiver room, I'm basically going off of this is just great. Justin Jefferson, I feel like he should be going above. Let me see who we have. I think he should go above CeeDee Lamb. I think he's being drafted. I think he should really be the 107 pick. I think that's where he fits best. But you can even slide him down to 112 sometimes on here, which is awesome. But yeah. And then I took Luther Burden because, if you guys have seen my other video, go back on my channel, watch the videos. Luther Burden I'm pretty high on. I think he's going to be able to break out this year. And his numbers are off the charts. And a lot of people don't like that. They're like, oh my gosh, small sample size. Well, Luther Burden is really good. Hold on, what's this? Oh, okay. Tell me I don't have connection to my mic. But Brian Thomas, he's a top 3 round wide receiver a year ago. So if he can figure his stuff back out, it's the greatest pick in the whole entire draft. Quentin Johnston, I mean, so many targets available because of Mike Evans. I think Herbert had a down year, and Quentin Johnston had a good year last year. I'm pretty sure he outproduced McConkey. I could be wrong, but Travis Hunter, another one of those high. Like this is there's just so much potential here. There's going to be somebody. The odds of someone not breaking out on this team is pretty crazy. Jalen Naylor, I think he's. Let me look at this. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Sometimes I'm not that great thinking off the top of my head here. Let's look at the Raiders depth chart. Well, they got Trey Tucker and Beck and yeah, pretty much Jalen Naylor's their best receiver. Trey Tucker, you can make an argument. They have some rookies they brought in. Philip Dorsett still plays in the NFL. That's actually insane. There's no way he's gonna be playing. Dante Thornton Jr. I was pretty high on last year, and he was kind of a dud too. I mean, he had his chances. Jake Ferguson, Mike Gesicki, Max Clay. That's gonna be the downfall here. I feel like if I could have drafted I think I had a chance between Gunnar Helm and Isaiah Pacheco. I think was my chance. Probably would have went Gunnar Helm instead of Gesicki. And I definitely wouldn't have took Max Clare if I would have known Tunges or Tung, whatever his name is, was there. So we're gonna go do another draft. Might just do two tonight. Might just do two. It's my first live stream. We're in the same spot, I think. 108. Actually, no. I've had this spot pretty good amount. First live stream though, no viewers so far. We'll have viewers in the future, no doubt. Okay. This is like where I hope to take Amon Ra because Amon Ra at the 108, he like for a fact you're gonna get the 108. You're gonna get where you're drafting him at or better if you can get him here. Sometimes he slides up. I really don't want McCaffrey. I took McCaffrey in a lot of leagues. It only shows 11%, but I think I did a bunch of like $2 drafts with him. I want to get something stupid slide down to me. Those are my favorite drafts where you can just steal somebody. I think the craziest slide I've seen is I think it was Jackson Smith sliding to 7. I think that was the craziest one I've seen. Or 8, one or two. I don't want to take Jonathan Taylor or McCaffrey. I hate taking that. It's so ugly. When I say it's ugly, I just mean because like if you're asking me and we have Amon Ross, C.D. Brown, Justin Jefferson, I think that JT's just one of those guys. He's going to give you the best season ever, or he's going to dud out. I feel like that's how it works. So we're getting Amon Ra or JT here. Either one. That's what I'm picking. I would have preferred Amon Ra. We're gonna have JT here. Let's see how this works. And looks like we're gonna get JT and I might have to go Hampton again. He always slides to me in here. Like his ADP I get him, it's got to be the best one I've gotten out of all of them. I'm gonna draft here at the 16, I think. That's 17. He's probably gonna slide to me like it always does. I wouldn't be too. I think I need to stop taking Drake London because I'm high on him right now, but also I gotta keep thinking about his quarterback play. But it doesn't really matter too much, I guess. I haven't taken Kenneth Walker. I'm not high on Kenneth Walker at all. I don't think he is not a 17th overall pick in fantasy football. I will never. I just will not believe that. He had a good season last year, but it wasn't like he didn't even break 200 points. Let me get Achane or Hampton here. Let me see what most people take here. With Jonathan Taylor, not a lot of people usually get Achane, so I'm gonna go Achane. The rankings say otherwise, or actually no, they don't. Only 7% of teams with JT have gotten Achane. I like that start. So I think it's 0.6 a team. Only 0.6 teams, I believe, have had this team so far, which is pretty good for the first two picks. We're looking at, and this is another one of those things that I cannot stand sometimes. Is Malik Neighbors will land to me. I have 26% on Malik Neighbors. I am worried about him. I am worried about the knee. I really am. But when you have like a possible wide receiver one in the league breaking wide receiver one falling to you at the third round, it's like but I probably won't take him. So we're looking at the pick 34 and 39. So we're probably going to have the pick around. I could go a third wider. I could go a third running back. I could take Kyron and just go. I could just blast wide receivers after this. I kind of would rather, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We're talking about Zay Flowers or Kyron Williams. Zay Flowers had a good season last year, but I could go Zay. I don't have any Zay. I don't have any Kyron either. It's because I don't ever get this part of the draft too much. I would take Olave here. But the only reason I think I'm gonna pass on wide receiver, I don't know. This is hard. If Rasheed Rice and Olave go, I might go. Oh, Kyron went. No, it looks like we're going. I could go Josh Allen. I want to go Josh Allen and Nick Buka. Just pray on everything that Igbuka can make it back around. He's not going to. So it looks like I'm getting Luther Burden again. Man. I don't think I've taken a lot of Josh Allen. That's why I did that. Malik Neighbors is falling hard. Could be in a position to get DJ Moore, though. Oh, this guy's going to take. Oh, man. This is bad. There's a chance that Igbuka and Burden are gone here. I have no Tet, which I could go with Tet. If I can get Ibuka here, this will be my favorite draft so far. Okay, we're gonna be able to get Ibuka. Okay. So the reason why I like this is because if Taylor and Achane could do what I drafted them at, that means that I drafted Igbuka as my wide receiver 1 in the 4th round, which is not what you always want. But Igbuka is one of those guys that let's talk about him versus drafting Jamison Williams, which is a wide receiver 2 on the team that's not going to be a wide receiver 1 in the league. Like, Jamison Williams, I don't think could be a top 5 receiver in the league. I don't think he can. I don't think McConkey will be a top 5 in the league either. You can argue with me on that. Mike Evans, he's older. Terry McLaurin's older. Jalen Waddle, maybe. But Igbuka has that talent to be the legit top 3 receivers in the league. At least I believe it. I believe in it. And they have so many targets available there. DJ Moore, I'm hoping here. I really want DJ Moore here because, not a lot of teams draft this starting 3. Yeah, almost half the teams will draft DJ Moore here. I'm not high on DJ Moore this year. Honestly, it's kind of disgusting to take him over like Adunze and Carnell Tate and Brian Thomas, to be honest. Like, truly. But with that stack, I don't have. I'd almost rather take. I don't know. Like in redraft, I think I'm genuinely taking Christian Watson, Rome Odunze, Carnell Tate, Brian Thomas, Jadarian Price, Bayshal Dutton over DJ Moore. This is going to kill my rating on my team. But we can possibly make it come back around and get Jordan Tyson. If this was me, I know it's crazy not to take Devontae Adams, but I'm gonna go DJ Moore on this. I think I'm reaching like in my own grade, but I have no DJ Moore, and I have Josh Allen, so there's no reason not to. See if we have a grade on our team yet. No, not yet. If I could get any of these receivers to come back to me, so there's 6 receivers and I'm 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 picks. So really the only person I'm hoping for is Jordan Tyson here. I don't have a lot of Carnell Tate either. I want Carnell Tate. We go on here. I'm not sure why my chat does that. Oh, so we're gonna get Brian Thomas or Jordan Tyson. This works out perfect. Now let's see the combo. Most people take Jordan Tyson. I took a lot of Brian Thomas last time. The rankings say Brian Thomas. And I think where we're at, we gotta go Brian Thomas. And the reason I say that in some of these drafts with you guys, if you guys are watching this in the future, is I'm hoping on the breakout of Igbuka. I don't have a lot of confidence in DJ Moore. Only having the stack is the reason why I took him. I think Jordan Tyson could very easily be have the highest receiving yards as a rookie, but I don't think he has the best chance to do what like Brian Thomas can do. So if Ibuka doesn't do what I think he's gonna do, DJ Moore doesn't do what I think he's gonna do, I would trust Brian Thomas to do better than Tyson. But I think there is a world that I think if both players play at their best, Jordan Tyson could be better than Brian Thomas. If that makes sense. Kind of a weird philosophy, if you see what I'm saying. Maybe it only makes sense in my brain. I don't know. Okay. It's giving me an A minus. Says I've drafted pretty good so far. Happy I could get Josh Allen. I haven't got too much of him. I'm scared like he's going really high, but getting him in the third round is pretty good because I saw him going in like the second at a certain point. I think we go Tucker Craft here. I have no Tucker Craft, and I like Tucker Craft. So I think this is a perfect spot to get Tucker Craft. And I might have to go Quentin Johnston again or Kyle Monangai. You guys, Kyle Monangai, he falls deep in these drafts for no reason. When I say deep, I don't mean like he actually fell that deep. It's just for what he is, he's actually a pretty good pick here. I mean, he's getting drafted at around. I mean, J.K. Dobbins. I don't know if you're betting on people to actually like have like insane seasons, Monangai is one of those guys that's going to win you a season. J.K. Dobbins isn't going to win you your season. I'm just going to tell you that. He's someone you pick whenever you need when you have a bunch of bad running backs to guarantee you a little bit of. See, here's the thing. I'm pretty high on Monangai. He got taken. He gets taken pretty high now. I've seen sometimes. I did say he fell a lot, but I think as of lately, I see him getting picked above ADP. Damn it! I wanted. Okay, this is a situation that I don't know what to do. I just got snagged. I'm going Michael Wilson. And the reason I went with him, I think Rico Dowdle would have been a good pick, but we're going to be able to get Kenneth Gainwell or J.K. Dobbins in this next pick, depending on who falls. But I went Michael Wilson because the same scenario I just showed you. I've seen Brian Thomas play. He can be good. I've seen Michael Wilson play. He can be good. We need wide receivers that can be good. Now we can take chances at running backs to break out here. I really wish you could have got Monangai, honestly. Though I don't think I have him at all. I wouldn't mind a golden love stack. Trying to think of my stacks later on. We just took Jared Goff. So I'm gonna show you guys something. If it works out the way I want it to work out, it's probably not going to though. I went Gainwell because obviously the Bucky injury here. It's not going to work out the way I thought it was going to though. At all. I was going to take Jackson Dart because I thought later on I can. What I should have done is taken Jackson Dart and then took Rashad White right here. Matthew Golden. I like Conception though. Conception was one of my favorite players coming in this draft. He just looks like he's so twitchy, dude. Like it's insane. I should go Baker. This if Golden goes, I might take Baker. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I took Baker. I panicked. Those are my two quarterbacks. I like it. Baker Mayfield. If I took Ibuka as my 101, I got the double stack. I think that's good. Realistically, I probably could have took Jordan Love too because Tucker Craft. And then I think a Conception was who I was going to go with. I didn't take Conception because I don't know. I just don't trust the Browns are going to be able to get him the ball. I really don't. I really don't believe they're going to be able to get them the ball. And that's the thing, though. Like he's one of them guys, though. If he does get the ball in his hands, they're going to see. Oh, I gotta take Kincaid here. Gotta take Kincaid. Not high on him, but I gotta take Kincaid here. Please don't. See, this is my problem with best ball is like I see a world where Ferguson. I see like 90% of worlds where Ferguson's better than Kincaid, but also it's like I drafted Josh Allen, so shouldn't I be drafting Josh Allen as in if he throws more touchdowns then Kincaid should obviously be a pick. I struggle with that. Conception's still here. That's actually ridiculous. He's at what? On this ADP, he was like 20 picks behind. Now, the smart thing here to do is take Jacory Crossy-Merritt. But I don't want to get behind a tight end. Oh, Merritt went. I don't want Chris Rodriguez again. I'm going Kincaid. And it still says I need 4 wide receivers, so I don't want Shakir. I want Tyron Tracy here. I will go keep Mitchell if I have to, though. Woody Marks is a good pick. I'll probably be down here with like Tyjae and Charbonnet next time. Algier. Oh man. I don't want Chris Rodriguez. I have so much Tyron Tracy. It's kind of ridiculous. Please take Tyron Tracy. Okay, I'm gonna take Chris Rodriguez. I don't like Chris Rodriguez. I don't like that pick. It's just he has a chance to really, I don't know. Tootin's good. He's gonna be the 2, but if anything happens to Tootin, he's gonna be on such a good offense with so much work. Now, I did lose a chance to go Shakir too, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not taking another week 7 wide receiver when I need a bunch more. I might go Jalen Naylor again. That wasn't a bad pick, I don't think. That kind of is a bad pick now I'm thinking about it. I might reach on Antonio Williams. I think that's what I could do. Could draft Jalen McMillan too. I think Jalen McMillan is the next pick if he's there. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to be. I'm taking a lot of Jerome Coleman. I don't trust it. He's like the RB3. I hope McMillan makes it. I think he will. This guy should want to take a tight end, I think, because he has 1. He has 5 wide receivers. He might go to a wide receiver. Yeah, Jalen McMillan just fell pretty far, I think. Not too far, but. Oh, shoot. Why I think it was me drafting? That was so weird. Yeah, McMillan will be gone after the next guy. This guy's 100% on wide receiver. This would work too perfect if I got McMillan. Oh gosh. There's something I don't know about McMillan right now? I think it's another team. So like I'm about to reach on a guy here, and the reason I'm doing it is I'm trying to explain to myself in the future, I guess, with these live streams, is if I am to win, the number one on this, is the reason why I'm going to try to pick, I think, Antonio Williams right here, is because with Jalen Naylor, the odds are Tyler Algier, Trey Tucker, Bryce Young, maybe Bryce Young, but I don't know about Jonah Coleman, Juwan Jennings. You're not getting a breakout wide receiver or running back or quarterback probably. But Antonio Williams is going to be dueled up with a really good quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I'm weak on wide receivers, so I could play it safe and go, if Jawan's there, Jalen Naylor, these guys, we've seen they can get touchdowns and they might have a couple spike weeks. But I need someone that we can go in on and just hope they can take over, because it could make this team insane. So Tony Williams is another guy I'm pretty high on. Oh, he's another bye week 7. That's terrible. But so now we're going to be going into the depths of no running backs left, and we're going to probably be taking a Singleton, even though I probably need it. I'll probably go Singleton, and I might have a chance to take pair Otten up. Let's see what I'm rated at right now. B plus. Yeah, I would agree with that. This team's good. I do think maybe the Kraft or Kincaid pick was a little too soon, since I took Josh Allen so high. It's probably the Baker pick. But I really liked the feeling of let's see what quarterbacks I could have grabbed instead of Baker. This is where the learning comes in here. So I took Baker here. Now let's see what quarterbacks went. So Will came back. Pretty much the only quarterbacks I had a good chance of taking that were pretty decent was Daniel Jones, Malik Willis, and Ward. Daniel Jones is a easy ADP beater too. So yeah. I want Schultz here, but I think what I'm gonna do is I need one more running back too. We're gonna trust this ADP, and we're gonna go Nick Singleton. Really just needing someone to break out. I take a lot of Singleton because in reality he was a good running back in college. He had that senior season that was kind of not what they wanted. I can't remember if there was any injuries involved in that or not, but if he goes back to his old ways, it could be great. Versus taking Tank Migsy, which we've seen he's good, but oh yeah, Sean Tucker good, but you know what I mean. Nick Singleton is one of those guys we haven't seen him play. Just like I say on other ones, I'm like I haven't seen him play. I don't know what he can do. He could break out. So I still need 2 wide receivers here. I don't want to reach on Otten here. I guess I don't have a lot of Otten. Be a good pick, I guess. I really want Jeremy. Is it Jeremy or Jeremy Menard? So he's gonna be playing, I think, in the slot position. And the good thing about him playing in the slot position is you have Pittman and Metcalf on the outside. I think, I don't know. I guess there is no good thing about that. I don't know. I have no Calvin Ridley. I just do not believe in Calvin Ridley this year. He's like 30-some years old. Let's see what pick I got next. 200. Yeah, I did that. Ayuk's a good pick though, because if he ends up going to like the Commanders or something, then his ADP is gonna. I mean, he'll if Ayuk puts his ADP. If Ayuk goes somewhere, his ADP is just gonna skyrocket. It's probably gonna be. I would guess somewhere around the guy. If I had a draft, it would be somewhere around between where like around Godwin's going. Between Godwin and I'd probably draft him over Pearsall. I mean, 100% actually. I'd draft him over Addison. I think he would go after Worthy. We need 2 wide receivers. We're in a great position. Someone explained to me I was high on Adonai Mitchell this year until someone explained to me that they added a wide receiver in time. I just didn't. Some reason I didn't even think about that. I did not even think about them adding those 2 players. Just they kind of might be forced to pick Calvin Ridley here. I don't like that, but I did it. Let's get the exposure up. And then I'm gonna take Elijah Surratt. Another rookie I think that could be good this year. Just because I think the volume they might have to throw at. Derrick Henry's getting old. They've already said they want to throw more already. And who's he competing with? Bateman? Bateman, that's it. Oh, he got sniped. That's tragic. That is tragic. What wide receivers are up here? I'm going to do something just absolutely disgusting. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to probably do it. Kids, don't do that at home. I just took Skylar Bell. I've been wanting to do that, and I haven't got to do that. And I think this was the perfect team to do it on. Skylar Bell, really good wide receiver in college football. I believe he led all in yards, or maybe second or third. I get a B+ in my team. I think it's a pretty good team. I think, we got stacked up running back. We just got to trust that these receivers can do what they need to do and it'll be a good team. All right, I'm ending the stream right here. We were live for an hour and 20 minutes. We only had like I think one or two viewers throughout the time. So, if you're watching this later on, appreciate you guys watching through the video. I'll be live probably a couple times a week. I'm gonna be doing this all throughout the season. I'm gonna take this pretty serious this year. Last year I didn't take it that serious. I put a couple $100 into it, and I ended up turning 5 into like 700. I ended up making over. I at least 4x my money last year total. I made over a grand. I probably put 150 to $200 of it, and I made over a grand, I believe. Maybe it was like 800 total. But I did get, I think it was MMG's best ball league. I got in the top, like, what was it, like 50 or 100 of everybody. And I was pretty pissed because it wasn't a lot of points. I was only like, I can run like 15 or 20 points off of 15 or 20 points off of like really going pretty far into it with the thousands of dollars. I won I think like $700 total in that, and then some other leagues I just doubled my money, each of my money off the $10. So yeah, I figured I was pretty good at it. I did it in 2023 as well. I didn't do anything in 2024, but in 2023 I did it as well, and I barely put. It was like less than $100, and I made money off of it again. So I'm doing best ball this year. I don't know how much money we're gonna put into it. These are $5 drafts. I've done a couple $3, $2 here and there, but it's really my goal with best ball is just be profitable. Honestly, see if I can double triple my money again, and that will be amazing. And I've seen a lot of people that do best ball, and a lot of the people that do best ball that are really dialed in, like I'm trying to be. Um, they're usually pretty profitable if they're really trying. I bought the tools and stuff, so hopefully this works out. Like I said, I'll be live a couple times throughout the week, and I'll be drafting teams, and hopefully I can see you guys in some of the streams in the future. Peace.